Okay, so sometimes I like to come up into outer space in my bubble. I like to go into space in my bubble and look at the stars. And sometimes I even see new constellations. I see the old ancient stars that make maps in the sky, like this dipper looking object here. This actually seems like somebody's leg, you know, maybe this is kind of like, this kind of looks like Michael Jordan's foot, where you have like shoelaces popping out that connect to all the other stars. But that's a different type of constellation. Typically when I look at the stars, I tend to go for the classics. What do we have here? Well, you can go up and down like this. And this is kind of a new way of looking at the stars. This is called threaded stars, okay? These are called threaded stars. It's when you can kind of, like you could slip a shoelace underneath if you wanted to secure your shoelaces. They didn't have those then. They couldn't make threaded stars. You can also go threaded the other direction. Something like that, and then cross them over. Oops. You cross them over like that, and cross them under like this. And this is some kind of like this is like a spider's web of stars. You can always, of course, just kind of play around with it. There are many dippers to be made in the sky. This is one dipper. Let's see, how many, another dipper, a separate dipper. So you have two dippers here. These are called the twin dippers because they originate from the same star, okay? So this left twin dipper can also be called the Snake of Osiris. What do we have here? If you move these around a little bit, I know I'm not even really hitting the stars right now, but you kind of get like a guy, you kind of get something that looks like Peppa Pig. You kind of get like a Peppa Pig in the sky kind of effect. Sometimes you try to connect, but you can't even connect a single star. Sometimes you connect with one star, but then no other stars. And it never works. Sometimes you can just barely get up to one star, but it says no, get away from me. And you can't, there's no hope of ever connecting with that star. Sometimes you connect with one star and it tells you go to that star. And then that star either says you can stay here or you can go to that star. Some stars will only accept humans, and some stars will only accept aliens. And maybe a star is like a person, and maybe it's like a unique perspective in the sky if you see 20 of them hanging out together. One time I saw a whole bunch of tiny little stars in the sky, and I said, where'd all those little stars come from? And then someone said, oh yeah, those are Starlink launches. Those are satellites that are meant to give us internet in the Arctic, but we can't even go there. So I don't know why they're launching satellites so that we can have internet in the Arctic when we can't even go there. Sometimes stars look like old Greek gods.